Hey guys, what's up? I'm back. This is Marina with Unbroken at IQ Podcast Studios in Coronado, California. As you know, I am actually in the Houston area, Spring, Texas, and it is 9 o'clock in the evening here, 7 o'clock your time, actually a little bit after, I believe. Um, so yeah, here we go. Lots of stuff to talk about tonight. Won't be a long show, of course, but I do have some stuff I kind of want to get off my chest this time around and see what you guys have to say about it and some of the answers that maybe I can get from you to kind of just help me along with my progression of the podcasts that I'm trying to create here. First and foremost, happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope that all of you that are out right now having a good time drinking your green beer are safe and you make it home safe. Obviously, no drinking and driving, please. I don't want to hear any stories about anybody getting hurt. So, again, have fun, kick ass today, and all that other fun stuff, or tonight, I should say. Not first and foremost, but second of all, I just want to reiterate that this show is definitely not for everyone. I do get some backlash on my political views, my thoughts on family, things that obviously that are my opinion. And I say time and time again that by no means am I an expert in anything, nor have I ever claimed to be. So with that said, you can watch me. You don't have to. I don't care if you like me. I really, really don't. But the show that I want to do for my viewers that want to see me is pretty blunt. It's pretty raw, and I'm gonna tell it like it is. I definitely don't like to hold back on things. I've learned a lot on, especially this past year, on holding back on things to in hopes of not hurting people's feelings. And it just kind of comes around and bites you in the butt, as you go along with it. So, again, for those of you that just don't agree with me, that's fine. You don't have to agree with me on anything that I say. I'm by no means here to tell people what they should believe and shouldn't believe. But I'm also here to actually have a conversation with people and understand that people have sides to their stories and there's two sides to every stories, but I'm not here to judge anybody or tell people that they can and cannot feel a certain way. So, you guys all know how politically um, involved I am with our current system, and obviously, you all know that I'm extremely conservative, and I will only talk about things that I find to be in a progressive nature for myself, for this podcast, for my family. And I wish that all of you guys could, that want to have an opinion against mine or would like to have some type of discussion or debate or whatever it is you want to call it, would come at it with an open mind and not necessarily just tell me that I am the devil because I am an extreme conservative. I'm very conservative, as you all know. And just listen, just listen. I don't have anything bad to say about all of you that are leftists. I know I've made comments here and there about things that I find um, not okay, I guess, in a lack of better terms, just not okay with what's going on right now. But that's my opinion. And I've never called somebody to their face any derogatory names because they are a leftist or a left or a Democrat, whatever it is you want to call it. I have a lot of friends that are Democrats. I have a lot of friends that are liberals. We do not see eye to eye on a lot of things, but you will never, ever hear me talk down to them or tell them that they're wrong for what they believe in. I don't agree with a lot of what's going on in the world today. And that's how it is. um, you know, Next show, I plan on just actually answering a lot of questions that I've gotten in my social media DMs and emails with regards to my views on the political side. I've gotten DMs on my views for Ukraine and what's going on over there, obviously on Putin, the lovely Joe Biden. When I used to live in California, I have a lot of questions that are given to me about Greasy Gavin, which you all know that I just can't stand that guy. I have a business in California, so for a long time I have been watching my what I've said and not said, but quite frankly, I think that all of us are just kind of well, we've all had it pretty much up to here in what's going on in the world, and I'm just done being silent about it. So, in the next coming weeks, definitely political stuff is what we will be discussing. I also want to get into I know I've said it before. I briefly mentioned it the last time I was on the show with regards to Yelp reviews. You guys, get it out of your head that it's okay to completely try and you know, get a negative vibe out for certain businesses because you may not agree with certain things that they do. That's just not okay. That's you personally. Why don't you take that negativity, turn it around, and do something positive? Okay. Just don't say anything at all. These people that just go straight to social media or Yelp or Google review or whatever other platform that they want to go on, it just boggles my mind. I get that it takes a few seconds more or effort of your time to leave a good review or leave a good comment about something. But literally, if you have to hide behind a keyboard and you have to hide behind a camera in order to get your point across about a business that you just had one bad dealing with, or you may not agree with their policy or whatever the situation is, seriously, take it down a notch. You need to take a step back, get your life in order a little bit if you really have that much time to try and destroy a business because you may not agree with what that business is. Go to a different place. Go to a different restaurant. Go to a different gym. I don't care. You may not like a chef at a restaurant, so you're going to leave a bad review when that chef is amazing and everybody else loves that chef. Seriously, let's get it together on the Yelp reviews, Google reviews, social media, whatever it is that you guys want to talk about, because it's freaking ridiculous. Okay. I had to get off on that. So we will be getting into that type of stuff because I'm a huge, huge believer in leaving reviews and social media and things of that nature. Going to get into the fitness community, things that are going on with fitness. As you know, IB Fitness is a gym that we own, and I had taken a hiatus from working out for quite some time. I We'll get into the personal stuff with the gym and why I did, but now I'm back in training. I just joined CrossFit Overtake here in Spring, Texas, which JD has been involved with for about 9 or 10 months now. And he got me to go there. And I had to definitely swallow a lot of pride walking in there and realize, where I am at this point, and then I'm not where I was before physically and mentally with my physical strength and obviously my physical, how I see myself physically in that nature. So the CrossFit community has been absolutely amazing to me over there. Nothing but love and cheer, and cannot wait to see me the next day. Their programs are amazing. If you guys get a chance, definitely check them out at least CrossFitOvertake.com is their web address, and then obviously on Instagram as well. The owners are absolutely just genuinely happy that you're there. Such amazing athletes that belong to this CrossFit box. It's just it's pretty cool. I definitely want to start talking about getting into blended families and how things. I need help. I'll tell you that. It's hard. It's hard, and you know, just have questions, and I would love answers for those of you that are in blended families. It would be nice to have other people to talk to, with regards to situations that can occur. Let's see what else is going on. So real quick, the funniest thing I ordered for JD. There's, I think you guys have probably heard of it. It's a shaving company for men called Manscaped, and he's probably gonna kill me for even going into this, but hey, it is what it is. Dudes need to manscape. I mean, if you're into manscaping, by all means, this is definitely a company that you should definitely check out. So we were talking about stuff and manscaping, and so I ordered him this bundle package, and it comes with like all this rad stuff to obviously make your nether regions look nice or whatever. And it's so cute because literally the instructions, no joke, is a newspaper. And that's the headline on the newspaper. How rad is that, right? It is the cutest company. Well, I don't know if I should call it a cute company because it's for guys, but it is just the coolest company to even come around in such a long time. Like, I'm having the best time even looking at this newspaper, reading the directions. I mean, the wording is just absolutely fabulous. I think the actual nether regions razor is called like the lawnmower. Like the nose one is called the weed whacker. Like, it's just so much fun. It's so much fun. So all of you girls who want to try and get your dude to, clean up or whatever, I highly, highly, highly recommend you to go to this company. Go to their website. It's absolutely just phenomenal. It's on Amazon as well. So you guys just please, please go check them out. They're just great. Uh, I on a serious note, I know you guys know that I follow, Ben Shapiro on, for his podcast because he's just a genius, and that guy, I love listening to him, and he was talking about a couple weeks ago, and I knew a book was coming out with regards to the Breonna Taylor incident in 2020, but I didn't even know it had come out. Apparently, like, it was supposed to come out, it was gonna be published, the publishers backed out, and then the another company, and I don't know if it was, like, the company Ben works. I don't know the details on that, but anyways, the book got published, so I ordered it, and it's called 12 Seconds in the Dark, and it's regarding the police officer's firsthand, of the account that night. Sergeant John Mattingly, sorry, I blanked on his name for a second, was a sergeant there that night, and I ordered this book. Obviously, I grew up in a law enforcement family, obvious my background, and when when I heard that this book was coming out, this is the book, by the way, guys. You can see it. It's not a huge read, like, it's a pretty easy read, actually, and I was reading it actually before the show because it just came in today, and I'm so excited, but it literally took me back to the Rodney King incident, and my dad was a deputy in LA at the time, and he was involved in the riots, and I remember being so protective of my dad during that time, and when kids at school would tell me, that my dad was a pig because he was a cop and, like, he would beat people because he was a cop, and just it tore me up. I was in 8th grade when the riots happened, and I actually got my nickname in, junior high for hitting a guy for talking shit about my dad during the riots, and I the nickname was Brute, by the way. So, like, it stuck all through high school, but that's another story. But it was heartbreaking. My dad would come home, I'd be home, my dad would come home, and still be in his riot gear. He'd come home in his cop car, still in his riot gear, and have spit on him, and I would just look at him and think, "Oh my god, like, what is happening?" I mean, just it was one of the most terrifying times for me and my family when he was going through this, and when after the riots and all that stuff happened, Sergeant Stacy Coon, the sergeant who was on that night, wrote a book called Presumed Guilty about the Rodney King incident, and, I mean, from the get-go, I would have to say, being in a law enforcement family, I did see law enforcement's side. I, you know, it's just growing up and you're young, that's what you're gonna do. I did feel for Rodney King and his family. I don't think anybody ever deserves, to go through such a horrific incident. However, I'm not saying I pity. I mean, I it just breaks my heart when I see society completely give in to the victims and not to the actual people who are there to protect you. Now, this is not to say that 900, I mean, this is not to say 100% of cops are good. That's not what I'm saying at all. However, the majority of officers out there right now are there to protect you. They're not all racist. They're not all trying to come after you because of your color. I can promise you that. So when an officer, a police officer is attacked with just knowing from what the media has portrayed them to be, it's a pretty brutal world for these officers, and it's just unfortunate that especially now with social media and how it's so easy for a celebrity to jump on one of their platforms and, and just completely say know nothing about what's going on, but yet everyone is just gonna follow them because of who they are, and it's just a scary world, I think, for officers. I'm not saying it's not a scary world for people of color or anything like that, but I just wish that sometimes people would take a step back and realize what they're saying before they say it. I've said things I shouldn't have said before, not with regards to race, but just in general, like things I may have said to somebody or gotten an argument with somebody, and I kind of bite my tongue later, and I'm just like, God, why didn't I think before I said something that hurt them or things of that nature? And I just think the media on this Breonna Taylor, like, I just ask that you guys please just take a step back, read the book, see the other side of what has happened and what is going on. You have the Black Lives Matter, you have all of these quote unquote political type entities trying to come on and just defund the police. I mean, how sickening of a world is it right now that we live? I mean, we actually live in a world where people want to defund the people that are there to protect us. Okay. Now, that's not to say that I'm not saying that there's not officers out there that aren't completely jerks who deserve to go to prison, and that type of stuff. But again, the majority of officers go into this line of work and are wanting to protect the people that are vulnerable, that don't have everything that other people may have to protect themselves. And in my heart, I do believe that, the majority of law enforcement officers are good people. Uh, Tell me I'm wrong. Write me. Tell me I'm wrong. Please. I encourage anything that I say, you guys, and anybody that has any type of questions or an opinion or something that we can debate on or talk about, tell me. I would love to be able to get in a discussion with you guys about it, because it's just I I wish every day. I pray a little bit here and there. And I would love for us to go back to America during 9/11. Like the way we came together, no matter what you believed in, no matter, I mean, anything, everybody, they didn't care about anything except coming together as a country and just completely banding together and protecting our nation, protecting our people. And it's so sad, the division that we have right now. And I do feel that a huge amount of that division is because of media. And it's unfortunate that we've gotten to a point where we cannot trust what the media is saying. I mean, okay, listen, I get things happen in your local news here and there, but as a national thing, it's sad. It's saddening. And especially with the Cracker Jack box that we have happening at the White House right now, all of that is just the most humiliating and embarrassing thing that I think that I will live through politically. I worry for my daughter, and I worry for my family. I worry for my parents, and it breaks my heart to see the unruly situation that's going on right now in Capitol, all of it. And it's just so heartbreaking to see. And I think people need to watch both sides. I do have friends that actually watch both sides because it's quite funny to hear them go, you know what I mean? You actually see both sides going at it, not in obviously in a direct way, but being able to listen to friends who do watch both, like CNN. I can't. I just I can't get into the newscast because I personally feel, and I have a right to feel this way, that every single thing coming out of their mouth is just a blatant lie, unfortunately. And MSNBC, I'll watch every once in a while just to kind of maybe get a view, but it's literally a 5-second thing on my phone. Excuse me. I'm not sorry. I'm not sitting in front of the TV watching MSNBC. I do watch the local news here. Uh, it's, sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, it is kind of sad, a lot of the stuff that's happening. So I don't really watch a lot of it, but JD and I in the morning will watch it before he goes to work. I do get upset about the weather because literally we're supposed to have such a huge storm today. It did rain a little bit today, but we were supposed to have such a huge storm that they were talking about, and like all this thunder and lightning, which I absolutely love, and nothing. So it's just kind of like, so I just try and, go about my day and not really listen to a lot of the news coverage. I listen to a lot of podcasts, obviously. I try and read quite a bit. I don't know. I just wish that we could all come together. Like, I'm going to go back to what I was just saying in the 9/11 mentality that we had back then, because I just think it was such a beautiful, beautiful, not the situation that happened, but the era type. It was just such a beautiful thing to see all of us, all of our patriotism, all God, it's so frustrating to me. But with that said, you guys, I do hope that you will tune in next week, because we will be talking about some more of the politics, about Ukraine mostly. I just want to learn a little bit more before I even get into a discussion about it. I do have my thoughts on Ukraine. I do have my opinions. But there's just a little bit more research that I want to do before I actually get into talking about it, so that my facts are true and that I know what I'm talking about 100%. Because by no means do I want to just blatantly just talk and not have my facts 100% true. Um, just lastly, real quick, I wanted to show you guys my sweatshirt real quick. It says, "Take a deep breath and remember who the F you are." I can't cuss necessarily because on some of the platforms this is on, but anyways, I just wanna let you guys know that if anybody, um, tries to tell you that you're insecure or whatever it is that they're gonna tell you to make you feel like you're nothing or that you're after something for whatever it is, just remember who the F you are because by no means can you let somebody just completely bring you down and, make you feel like like you're worth nothing. So, anyways, with that said, you guys, it's been an amazing time. I know it was a short session today, but I just kind of wanted to give you a heads up on what was going to be happening in the next few weeks. You guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, all that fun stuff. Let me know your questions that you have, and I will answer them. And I believe I would like when you guys are watching, you do know that you can log in and actually type questions as I'm going along, so just a heads up. I just don't wanna see stuff after, I wanna see it while I'm going, and so we can talk, we can chat, all that cute stuff. So you guys, I want to thank our sponsors, obviously the lovely Attorney King, hello, Saquon Casino and Resorts, and yours truly at Ivy Fitness. So with that said, you guys, XOXO, and I will see you next week. Bye.